Right, hopefully this will record properly this time. I did the entire video and the camera cut out. So this is a tutorial on how to clean a gas mask, and I've already cleaned it, so I'm just going to do it again just for you to see, and I'll go into less detail this time in case the camera fucks up again. So basically what you need is a tub full of lukewarm water, some disinfectant as you can see on the left, some kitchen roll and a J cloth, a sort of general cleaning cloth. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop the gas mask out. This is the bit where it depends. If you have a World War II gas mask, you're going to want to be more careful, and you wouldn't even do this at all with a World War I mask. But what you do is, depending on the mask and the age, you'd either directly dunk it in the water, which I normally do, or if you've got a mask you want to be more careful with, you clean it carefully with the J-cloth, which you then dip into the water. But this is a cold war mask, so we're going to put it straight into the water, and that should be hopefully fine. Well, it will be fine with this mask, but right, I'll demonstrate. So we're just going to drop the mask directly into the water and submerge it, and that will help with the disinfectant start cleaning the mask. You don't want masses of a disinfectant. I just normally pour a bit of a splash in, sort of about a capful or more, and that will clean the mask. And once that's underway, we'll just leave that to soak. And basically what we're trying to do is get any dirt off, kill any germs in the mask, and remove a lot of the rubber preservatives masks have in storage, which isn't good to get on your face or whatever. It's not really a problem on the outside of the mask, but you don't want it on the inside of the mask. And just soaking it in disinfectant helps to remove those, or at least make them easier to wipe off. And what you do is, with the J-cloth, as I've said, I've already actually cleaned this in the video which didn't record, is you just wipe the mask down periodically, which I'm not going to bother doing now, but I'm sure you can understand how to do it. Just use the cloth, dip it in the water, then wipe parts of the mask down. And what we'll do now is remove it from the water, and you can imagine that I've actually wiped it down a bit more thoroughly like I did in the last video, which didn't record. So we'll just let that drip out a bit there. And what we're going to do now is just place it on an old car mat to dry out. Now, what you may want to do is, if this is a more sort of a mask with more exposed metal on it, what you might want to do is just use some kitchen roll, and you can see there's some I've actually used behind there to dry out bits of the metal on the mask. But there isn't much valuable metal on this mask, and masks should be designed so they don't rust at the first contact with water. So we're just going to leave that out to dry. Periodically you're going to want to flip it over on the mat to make sure all the water gets out and it has an even chance to dry. Now, you never heat a mask with a hairdryer, because often the extreme temperatures can start cracking the rubber or causing problems with the rubber. And you don't leave them in direct sunlight. There's a bit of natural light coming through this window, but it's not going to be sunny enough today to actually cause problems to the rubber. So that will be fine where it is. You don't want the room to be massively hot, but you want it to be sort of above normal room temperature to speed it up drying out. So I said, periodically turning the mask over every 20-30 minutes so it dries evenly. Then after that it's good to go, and you've disinfected the mask. This is especially good if you bought a second-hand mask. And what you've also done is obviously clean any preservatives off, gotten any dirt out of the masks. So this is a lot more useful if you're buying a second-hand mask. You don't obviously need to do this if you buy a brand new sealed mask, but if you've bought a mask that's second-hand and you know somebody else has worn it, there could be a lot of germs in there, so it's obviously good to clean it out. And if it's an old mask that's been in storage for a long time, often the rubber's dirty, you don't know what's in there, so it's best to do this before you wear it. So I hope that's been useful, and as I said, I'm apologising that I wasn't able to show you properly, but the issue is I already cleaned the mask and the camera fucked the video up. But there you go, that's how to clean a gas mask.